5th Gfiles Governance Awards. The final category of awards is the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award, which has previously been bestowed upon nuclear scientist Dr. Anil Kadukar, IPS officer Shri Ved Marwa, the man behind Delhi Metro Shri E. Sridharan, and retired IAS officer Shri S.K. Mishra. This year's prestigious Lifetime Achievement Awardee is Dr. R.A. MASHELKAR for magnanimous contributions in innovation and science.
Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. R.A. MASHELKAR F.R.S, President Global Research Alliance. Award for magnanimous contributions in innovation, science and society. Dr. Raghunath Anant Mashelkar is only the third Indian engineer to have been elected as the Fellow of Royal Society, London in the 20th century. He is credited with transformation of CSIR into a user-focused, performance-driven, accountable organization. He spearheaded successful challenges to the US patent on turmeric and basmati rice, leading to a change in international patent classification system and giving traditional knowledge its due.
Most respected Union Minister Chaudhry Birendra Singh ji, respected Minister Ram Vilas Sharma ji, my mentor and guru Shri Prabhat Kumar ji, the distinguished members of the jury, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I feel honored, I feel privileged, and I feel humble. I'm most grateful to Gfiles and the distinguished jury for giving me this honor. Each honor, by the way, brings you an additional responsibility. To work harder, sir, like what you said, and continue to work till the last day of your life. All my life, I worked 24/7, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And I promise you I'll continue to do so till I breathe last. As I stand here, my mind goes back to my childhood. And like in your life too, there is a moment, a wow moment that takes place which transforms your life. So I'll begin by sharing that moment with you and what difference it has made to me in the science that I've done and the science leadership I've been privileged to provide. I was born in a very poor family. My father died when I was 6. My mother was illiterate. From the village Marshall, we came to Mumbai, and it was a very hard journey. I was barefoot, walking barefoot until I was 12. 2 meals a day was a challenge. I studied under street lights and so on. And what happened was that although I had stood first in the 7th standard with some 87-88% marks, to get admission for secondary school required 21 rupees. And it took my mother maybe 21 days to gather that 21 rupees. And by which time, the admissions in all top schools were closed. And I went to a poor school, Union High School. But thank God I went to that poor school, because that poor school had rich teachers, by the way. And one of them was Principal Bhave. And something that it did change my life, because he was a great believer in not learning by rote, but learning by doing, learning by seeing, and so on. So one day he took us out into the sun. He had a convex lens in his hand and he was trying to show us how to find the focal length of a convex lens. So he had a piece of paper and he moved that convex lens. And what happened? A very bright spot appeared, and then he said, yes, this distance is the focal length. And for some reason he held it and the paper burned. And at that time, I still remember he's turning to me for some reason. And he said, Mashelkar, like this, if you focus your energies, you can burn this paper, you can achieve anything. And my friends, it gave me two things. One, I said, my God, science is so powerful, I want to become a scientist. That one moment. And the second was, I said, focus and you can achieve anything. And that's what I've done all my life, all right? But as I grew, I saw more meaning in that, by the way, and that shaped the rest of my life. What is that? As you know, the convex lens, when it actually acts, what it does is that all those parallel sun rays that you have, which never meet, as you know. All of us have studied in the school that the parallel lines never meet. What does it do? It makes them meet. So I said, this is convex lens leadership. Today, we find division on the basis of race, religion, caste, and so on and so forth. We require convex lens leadership which brings everyone together, whether it is in science, when anywhere else, and so on. So when I became the director of National Chemical Laboratory, I still remember we were divided. Division of inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, physical chemistry, biochemistry, and so on. I said nothing doing. One NCL, team NCL, all right? And we created a team NCL, by the way. And that NCL, National Chemical Laboratory, became an international chemical laboratory. All right? We were reverse engineering, we were copying, and so on and so forth. I said nothing doing, basically. We have to be able to export technology which is ahead of the rest of the world. Not first in India, first to the world, and we should be able to export it. In 1992, can you believe it? That laboratory licensed 3 patents, US patents, because we had started a new culture, to General Electric, who were world leaders in polycarbonate, 40% of market share, 3 patents for close to $1 million, 1992. That was the first reverse transfer of technology, by the way. So we could do it. And I kept on saying, as I moved on, that there is no limit to human achievement, there is no limit to human endurance, there is no limit to human imagination, excepting the limits you put on yourself. I then became the Director General of CSR. It was the same story, 40 labs, behaved like 40 independent labs, by the way, all right? I said nothing doing. It has to be team CSR. And the way we worked, I will not get into the entire process. I still remember in a directors' meet that we had 5 years down the line, all 40 directors on their own had signed, and they said, India matters to us. We want to matter more to India, and therefore, how they will work as a team. That transformation of CSR, by the way, in Jen Narlikar's book, Scientific Age, has been listed as the top 10 achievements of Indian science and technology in the 21st century. That was the change. That transformation, there is a case study done by Sumantro Ghosh, and there is a book called Managing the Radical Change, the base for management students, by the way, and that's a case study that has gone in. That was the kind of transformation we could actually make. There are 2 other things that I want to mention. So, actually, conventional leadership has been one of my passion. I continued that even with not only just Team NCL, Team CSR, Team India. We created a new Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative, and by the time I had left as DG, I still remember there were more than 100 private sector companies and 250 institutions working. And then at a global level, I am now currently the president of Global Research Alliance, like not just CSR India, CSR Australia, Fraunhofer Gesellschaft Germany, VTT Finland, DTI Denmark, TNO Netherlands, Battelle US, and all of us working on global knowledge pool for global good, basically, all right, not for individual good. So that was one lesson. The second part that I have consistently driven is what I might like to call as affordable excellence, science which brings affordable excellence. Because the moment you say something is affordable, you say it can't be excellent. The moment you say something is excellent, it can't be affordable. Making high technology work for the rich, very easy. Making low technology work for the poor, very easy. How do you make high technology work for the poor? That has been my passion all through, whether it was NCL, CSR, everywhere, as a matter of fact. And I'm continuing with that passion even today, because I retired as a DG of CSR long time ago, but I'm trying to spread this message of getting more from less for more people, not just more profit. There's a paper that C.K. Prahlad and I have written in Harvard Business Review, by the way, Innovation's Holy Grail, on how to sort of make that happen. Many people call it Gandhian engineering, variety of names. Just take 1 minute to tell you about the way we are moving. In my mother's name, I have created what is called as Anjani Mashelkar Inclusive Innovation Award. That award is given not for best practice, it is given for next practice. I'm not a great believer in best practice. No point in copying somebody's best practice. All right? And they are doing that, making high technology work for the poor. The last 3 awardees, by the way, is incredible. There is one awardee who, using the highest technology, photoplethysmography, spectrophotometry and photon scattering software, very advanced, he has created something by which non-invasively, without taking a blood sample, you can determine hemoglobin, basically. You know, there are women dying in rural villages because that is not detected. How much? 5 rupees, that's all. Okay? The next awardee, basically, Rahul Rastogi, his father was down with heart issues. Every time he has to take him for ECG in a hotel, lying down, putting those leads, etc. He's an electronic wizard, and he said, why can I not create something that is handheld, basically, but which does the job as accurately? Ladies and gentlemen, he created what is called a Sanket. You can go on the web and find details about it. You can even buy it, by the way, from Amazon, where you have that, an app is downloaded on a smartphone, basically, okay? And there are certain processes you have to follow, putting your 2 thumbs for 15 seconds. Within 3 minutes, your physician will have it. You know what is the cost per ECG? 5 rupees. And the last award, which we gave on 17th November, which is my mother's sort of the day she passed away, is eye breast. Eye breast is because breast cancer, as you know, you do mammography, which is very, very painful and the rest of it. He has created something which is extraordinary. $1 exam, that's it. Non-invasive. Maharashtra government has just asked 2,50,000. So I think the point I'm trying to make while I'm ending is this, that India's leadership is going to be in affordable excellence. You can quite clearly, we can conquer global markets with this. Why these products, which are world class, and by the way, they have been fully tested and validated before those awards have been given by the best of the experts. I think that is the direction, because that would create not only inclusive India, but what I can say as India that provides leadership. My last passion is, of course, everyone is someone. I am the president of National Innovation Foundation, which says that you don't have 1.25 billion mouths, but 1.25 billion minds. The basic issue is everyone is someone, and everyone can do something, basically, you know. And these awards, by the way, that we give and we search and we support are given by President of India, by the way, all the time. Okay? And last year, I still remember 50% out of the 30 were practically barefoot poor people. They can think, they can create ideas. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the sum of what my life is. It is convex lens leadership, it is pushing affordable excellence, and it is pushing the principle, everyone is someone. I dedicate this honor to my mother, because of whom I'm here. She not only gave birth, but also gave me, that illiterate lady had the value of education, by the way. And I can tell you, she kept on asking me to go higher and higher. I have received some 37 honorary doctorates so far. And I remember 25th honorary doctorate I received 1 week before she passed away. And I still remember, she says, now I'm happy I can go. So I'm here because of that. And secondly, my second mother, CSR, that the only organization that I've served in my entire life. Again, I'm here because of my CSR. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us stand for a standing ovation for Dr. MASHELKAR to recognize his lifetime achievements in innovation, science and technology.